Hi, I'm Cindy Lee, founder of Om Yoga, and I'm here today with Leslie Davis, and we're going to look at ways to sustainably practice wheel pose Urdhva Dhanurasana for life. So come on down to your back on the mat, Leslie, and you can lie down. We'll start with a bridge, and even before we do the bridge, just looking at the action of the spine here. So if you wouldn't mind, pretend that you could just lift your belly button up, and let's take your arms out to the side. So that's really, you can see that she's in a back bend. She's in a curve of the spine. Okay, and let's do the opposite. Tuck the pelvis under. A lot of people do this when they're trying to do a back bend, and that really isn't the direction that we want the spine to go. So go ahead and lift your belly button again, and thinking of the groins deepening, and come right up, initiating the action from lifting the belly button and pressing the feet down. She's coming up into a back bend. Back bends, of course, are a lengthening of the whole front body. So it's not just about the curve of the spine, it's also about lengthening the front body. But if you tucked your pelvis, go ahead and tuck your pelvis here, do the yoga don't. She's already collapsing and falling down. So let's go back into a curved feeling, and then you can break at the hips and come down on your sitting bones with your belly button still reaching up. So she's setting up this position, and then come on up again. Press your feet down and lift your belly button. Nice length here, and then breaking at the hips. So the sitting bones come down first. Good. Okay, so this is a really good exercise to try on your own because it takes a while to get that coordination. And once you get that, it will help you a lot with your wheel, the bigger pose. So let's take a look at that. You might want to scooch down a little bit, Leslie, so you're really on the mat. Mr. Iyengar said the arms and the legs are the organs of action. So we think about the organs of action, the arms and the legs, as what we want to use to come up into our wheel pose, not just thrusting the pelvis. So come into position. Good. And I'll show a couple of ways you can work into this. Go ahead and turn your hands out. This sometimes makes it feel like it takes more effort, but if your arms are, let's show yoga don't, fingers forward. Fingers forward and elbows out. If your arms are like this, you have a chance of getting injured. So we bring the arms back in line, elbows in line with armpits, and you can take your fingers out. So even though your fingers are out, your wrists are still in line. Integrate the shoulder blades, and let's show that. Take the arms out. This would be the yoga don't, disintegrating. This is integrating the shoulder blades in her back. Hands pressed down, feet pressed down, belly button comes, and here she goes up. Nice and smooth and nice and slow. I'm going to give her some tactile feedback. You can squeeze me a little bit. So you could try this with a block, or you can imagine you have a block. Coming down, bend your elbows and your knees away from each other, chin into chest, and come down on your shoulders. Beautiful. Most of the time, people get hurt in wheel because they push and then they collapse. And doesn't that sound a little bit familiar? Like that's kind of how we live our day. We push, 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 and then we collapse in a heap. So this is about all three parts: arising, abiding, dissolving. If you can come up with your hands like this, then you can start to bring your hands into this position, this way. Okay, so let's try that one. So now she's got her fingers pointing this way towards her bum, wrists in line with elbows, in line with armpits, and we go out, and then we just find that connection. Feet are grounded, and she comes up from the feet, legs, yes, arms. Feet, legs, arms, that's the coordination. Chin into chest, elbows and knees reach away from each other, come down to your shoulders. Yes, very nice. Okay, we're gonna do couple more. So there's another thing that can help you a lot, and that's coordination. So it's not just kind of a monolithic push to come up. Legs, arms, that's the rhythm. Legs, arms, legs, arms. So let's try it one more time. You can even start in your little back bend like we did, in the bridge. Okay, ready? Legs, arms. See that? Beautiful demonstration. And then this way, you're evolving and growing your pose in a way that's really safe and sustainable. Chin into chest. And come down on the shoulders. And she's keeping her legs in alignment. Elbows went out a little bit. So we wanted to show you one more way to work with this. And it's with blocks. Ideally, we would be at the wall. If we were at the wall, we could put the blocks on this angle, which is a little bit friendlier on your wrists. But I'm going to be the wall. I'm going to put my feet right here. Go ahead and put your hands on the blocks. Are they in the right place? Okay. And she's got her arms together. This is good for people that cannot straighten their arms in this pose. So she's going to come into a little back bend, and then legs, arms. Legs, arms, and it's a little bit more work, but there she is with nice open shoulders. Good. Chin into chest, and it's a little weird, but it's very effective. Thank you. So these are a couple of ways you can try to grow your Urdhva, grow your wheel practice in a way that is sustainable for life. I hope you'll join me for some more tips on my new online course, Slow Flow, Sustainable Vinyasa Yoga for Life.